Andrew, you on the tenor sax. I'll pass you over to our wonderful president, Romy.
Hello, welcome to Jazzy Christmas in this beautiful venue, the Great Hall. I'm Romy, I'm the president of Dujo, and this is Tom, our fantastic MD. So we're really excited to be partnering with our sister band Dub again this year for our annual Jazzy Christmas, who you will hear in the second half. So this year we're raising money for Brass for Africa, who is a charity who strives to deliver music education to children in Africa. So you can find more information about that charity from the posters on your tables. I'd also like to welcome PalTV, who will be recording tonight, and I'd also like to thank Durham Student Music for all of their support in recording and providing the tech for this evening. So I also need to point out the fire exits. There's two, the doors you came through there, and this one here. There will be a 20-minute interval, and the bar is, when you go out those doors there, down the steps and kind of round the corner, down some more steps, and the toilets are also there. So I will pass you over to Tom now, who will explain more about our set, and I hope you enjoy the music this evening.
Thank you very much. Tonight's Dujo set takes you on a tour of New York City. We started on 315 West Street at Birdland Jazz Club with an arrangement by Ernie Wilkins for the Count Basie Orchestra. That arrangement of Jingle Bells was so popular that the band would play it in July. And our next stop, and this is going to sort of take you around sort of the landmarks of jazz history in New York. Our next stop takes us to 15 Barrow Street, which is Cafe Bohemia, and this next tune was arranged by me. It's really important to me because it was one of the first times people had ever paid me to write music, and it's dedicated to probably my greatest hero, Nicky Isles. But on our sort of tour of New York, we'll take you to Cafe Bohemia, and in the corner sits a pianist called Horace Silver, playing an arrangement called Senor Blues. On trombone. Who else do we have? Andrew Yu on tenor sax. Toby Harris on trumpet. And Jan Karinakaran on drums. This next tune, in a slightly change of energy, takes us now to 27th Street. Where the Maria Schneider Orchestra would have been playing for a week long, this time every year for 20 years until the club closed recently. This piece was originally commissioned by the Australian Chamber Orchestra, and it features our fantastic Vice President, Alto 2, and clarinetist, Freya Lockeritz. That's the bit where you're supposed to applaud her. This is Walking by Flashlight. wonder if this thing's on. Ah, there we go. Freya Lockeritz on clarinet. Yeah, that was an arrangement by Muriel Schneider, who I'm a huge fan of. A lot of this set tonight was transcribed sort of over late nights by me. It makes it a lot easier to get the music when you can just sort of transcribe it. This next one takes us onto Broadway. A road that runs, I got that wrong in the other gig as well, a road that runs from Midtown Manhattan all the way north of the city and hosts one of New York's greatest attractions, the Broadway Theatre Districts. This arrangement is by a longtime friend and a teacher and a man without whom I certainly wouldn't be able to do any of this music. It's written by Mark Armstrong. And this is Lullaby of Broadway, for which I would like to introduce onto the stage our fantastic vocalist, Abby Helsby.
Listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's. When a Broadway baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night, the milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, my baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the Heidi-Hi and Boopadoo, the lullaby of Broadway. The band begins to go to town and everyone goes crazy. You rock-a-bye your baby round till everything gets hazy. Hush-a-bye, I'll buy you this and that, you hear a daddy saying, and baby goes home to her flat to sleep all day. Good night, baby. Good night, the milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, my baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway. lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and the ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of the subway train and the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's. When a baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night, the milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, my baby. Sleep tight, let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway.
Give it up for Keir Spring on alto sax. Our wonderful vocalist, Abby Halsby. That was arrangement by Mark Armstrong. Next, we take you to the Frederick P. Rose Theatre on Columbus Circle. And for the sort of jazz enthusiasts among you, the home of the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. This next tune was commissioned by the orchestra to Rich DeRosa as part of the Jazz at Lincoln Center's orchestras. They do a yearly Christmas tour, basically. And it's our second ballad of the set, this time featuring our vocalist Abby. This is I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Of a place I love even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where my love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas. 'If only you will find me where my love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. If only in my dreams.
Abby Helsby. And that was an arrangement by Rich DeRosa. Next stop on our tour, the Village Vanguard Orchestra. Possibly the greatest, most important jazz club of all time, and the home of the Thad Jones Mel Lewis Jazz Orchestra. This was one of their key tunes written for their all-time or long-term pianist, Sir Roland Hanna, and features our own pianist, Thomas Patterson, on keys. This is Quietude. But before I do that, I think it's probably time I introduce the saxes. On our lead alto, Keir Spring. Freya Lockeritz on alto 2. Romy Barrett on tenor 1. Andrew Yu on tenor 2. And Jonathan Poon on baritone sax. This next one's called Quietude. Thomas Patterson on keys. That was quietude. I think after that, time to introduce the trumpets. Your high notes this evening, courtesy of Jude Holloway on lead trumpet, Leo Vanaglione on trumpet 2, Sophia Meadows on trumpet 3, and Toby Harris on trumpet 4 with some of your solos. Now, every big band set list has got its showpiece, and ours is taken from the pad of a saxophonist of the the Village Vanguard Orchestra, Bob Mintzer. This chart, I was really lucky enough to get from him personally, and this, I guess, strikes fear in the hearts of the band a little bit. They've practiced it quite a lot. No pressure. This is Latin dance. Jonathan Karunakaran on drums. Isn't he awesome? Freya Lokowitz on alto sax. Andrew Yu on tenor sax. Who haven't we introduced? The trombones, I think you're next after that frightful performance. Not frightful in a scary way because they're good, not because they played it badly. I really messed that one up, didn't I? I'm supposed to be good at this, I promise. Anyway, Lillian Sparks, Josh Burns, Hugh Halsey, and Hattie Baker, our fantastic trombone section. We come to the penultimate tune of our set, and one dedicated to another very important mentor of mine, Seb de Crom. This was originally the second arrangement I ever wrote, and it came to Durham before I did for some of the dub auditions a year before I joined the university. It saw a bit of a revamp recently, and it's going to take you, it's got an interesting story. It's going to take you to Mama Leone's, also on Broadway, where one evening Nat Simon had such a good idea for a song. He wrote it down on a tablecloth. What's about that? And on that tablecloth, he wrote this tune. He called it Song of the Trees, Poinciana. I'll let the band tell you how that sounds. I completely forgot to introduce our vocalist back onto stage. We'll loop round back down that. Abby Helsby. That's not a mistake I've made before, ladies and gentlemen. You get to hear the intro again.
Branches speak to me of love. Pale moon is casting shadows from above. Poinciana, somehow I feel the jungle heat. In me there grows a rhythmic savage beat. Tropic wind, sing a song through the Its magic perfume fills the air. swing in time, my heart has learned to care. Poinciana, the skies may turn from blue to grey, but my love will last forever and a day. Tropic wind, sing a song through the trees sigh to me. Soon, my love, you will
Give it up, Bobby Helsby! And Freya Lockeritz! And Toby Harris! Yeah, more proof that I should probably be writing the music, shouldn't I? Rather than standing at the front getting it wrong. Anyway, before we introduce you to the final tune in our set, I'd like to introduce you to the powerhouse of Dujo, the rhythm section. On keys, Thomas Patterson. On bass, Athena Odysseus Soother. And drums, Jonathan Karunakaran. And to end the set, another arrangement of mine, but a bit more a silly one. We got to a couple of weeks ago, and I decided I want something for the band to sort of blow the roof off the castle. And so naturally I thought, oh yeah, A Little Town of Bethlehem, right? This arrangement, yeah, was written especially for the band. It's the one in the set I wrote especially for the band. And it features, I think, everyone and a bit of silliness at the end. This is O Little Town of Bethlehem.
Little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie among thy deep and dream the sleep, the silent stars go by. Hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight.